Your sweet spot is you're the everyman that tells it like it is.
Right. Okay.
If you're a white dude who looks like you, then you have to be that guy who tells it like it is, which subtext means it's going to be kind of racist. I'm kind of racist and I love this beer. I like this guy. This guy speaks to me.
Right.
Totally.
But you wouldn't be successful, Bill, if your comedy, I feel like your comedy, your opinions hit with the majority of the people. Everybody that we're talking about that's not represented in the fringes of social media that are, by the way, the ones that are going about canceling everybody because they want to just take everything else down. You wouldn't be successul. That's why.
You guys follow Kyle Dunnigan on Instagram? He did a great sketch about, he had a new reality show about going back in time and canceling people, and he was the canceler.
That's
of course,
amazing.
he ends up getting canceled and all that. You got to check him out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, no, but you, in doing this podcast and starting this podcast, Joe is deathly afraid of being canceled. So we have to watch what we say and even do on here. I'm not really that much afraid of it, I guess, because I don't have a lot to cancel.
Well, all it would take is if corporations just backed their talent and really looked at whether it was ridiculous or if there was something there, then you could, it wouldn't be as crazy. But, if you're just going to just sit there and be, my favorite thing is when they go back 7 years and they go, can you believe this happened? And it's like, wait, how old are you? You're 35? You were 28 when this happened. Mm-hmm. It took you 7 years to get offended by this.
Right.
It's like, obviously when this happened, it didn't even register on anybody's radar, and things have changed a lot in 7 years. And then they go back, and if you're in the public eye, it's like, why aren't you where we're at now? But there's no video evidence of the vetters, where they were at. I mean, I said on another podcast, no one can survive a vetting, especially if you're going to tell me what what I was really thinking beyond what what I was thinking more than I do. So I don't know. I don't care. I really don't. So, well, I think that after the bankers nuked the economy in 2008, I like how they didn't get canceled.
That's a great point.
They didn't get canceled. Oil companies dictating our foreign policy. None of them seem to get canceled. But that same guy who works at an oil company, if he was at a food court at a mall and he said, hey, nice legs, that would be it.
Yeah. Totally.
Is this the kind of person we want dictating our foreign policy?
Yeah, totally. The head of BP who just spilled 1 billion gallons of oil into the Gulf. Yeah, he's fine.
And also just human beings are ridiculously flawed, which is why this whole cancel culture and going back and vetting people, it's like, oh, did you go back and find a mistake I made? Yeah. I mean, you could have vetted today already at 10:34 in the morning. I've already made mistakes.
Right. But those
I haven't said anything that I regret yet today, I don't think.
Those who are doing the canceling, by the way, are basically saying that they're living this perfect existence, and you don't measure up to their fake persona that they're putting out there, because nobody truly lives like that.
Well, they also act like they speak for everybody. And they don't. What they are is they're very smart in that they know where the money's at. So what they do is they put pressure on the money. And the corporation's mindset is if this is losing money, get rid of it. Corporations are not into right and wrong. They're not into human beings. They're not into nature. They're not into the environment. They're into making money. So all they have to do is put pressure and make it seem like the person they're in business with is going to be a liability. Then they just get rid of them. And the reality is if they just wrote it out for 3 days, do you know what they're like? Cancel culture. They're like a pack of meerkats, where they got a giant poisonous snake, and they're all just sitting there lunging like they're going to do something. And it freaks the snake out. Even though the snake would all have to do is just bite one and kill it. They just sort of psych them out. And the bottom line is this. And I'm not saying that everybody that they've criticized is not worthy of criticism or everything, but just this whole thing where, I like when they cancel somebody, and especially as a comic, which really seems to be the big thing. You can be a banker. We were saying when, for some reason the bankers in 2008 didn't get canceled, but if you tell a transgender joke, whatever you're supposed to say, and it doesn't go the right way, then you're done. You can cook the economy,
right,
and have the greatest generation eating dog food for the rest of their life, even though they paid into this system. That's fine. But if you tell a joke that they don't like, all of a sudden, and then what I love is if the comedian continues on and wants to go see a show and is sold out the show, they then attack the club owner or the promoter and put pressure on them. So it's like, well, wait a minute, hasn't the people spoken that they want to go? They still want to see this guy, or at least these 400 or 500 people, and now you're parenting these adults. So I just think then it becomes like, it's like, well, what are you guys doing? Because now you're kind of becoming like the Gestapo of the I guess, I don't know, society, how people are supposed to think.
But I guess the question is, who are you guys? Like, who the hell who's doing the canceling? I mean, it's a collective social media culture that is doing it? Is it a 15-year-old girl who's canceling people? Like, how is this happening?
I think it's a combination of people with, it's a movement. There's always movements in society. So there's some people are part of that movement. I think a lot of people just enjoy the entertainment of watching somebody have, looking like they have it all, and watching them lose it, and watching them groveling and apologizing. And I just think
and flexing their muscles and
that's another big thing.
And getting
I felt
power.
like that happened. That happened with a certain comic where he had already apologized for something and then was looking. I'm not going to say the name here. Was looking at getting a big gig. And then they came back and wanted him to apologize again. And it's like, he already apologized. So this is just a show of force. Like, look at us. Like, the way we think, if you don't think the way we think, we are so powerful that we can have a comedian with one of the biggest gigs in entertainment drop to his knees and beg for our forgiveness twice. And,
but it's interesting though. What's interesting though is if you have created a persona, you can be immune from some of the cancel culture. I mean, you look at Howard Stern. Howard Stern is Teflon, I guess. You can't touch the guy. If you go back and you look at his career, I mean, how is Howard Stern still on the air? He's my favorite, by the way. But
this is the thing. It's just
he's untouchable, though.
But you got to look at humor. Humor is like music. I remember in the 80s, we were all making fun of disco, saying disco was terrible. First of all, we were acting like we didn't like it when it was out. And then we were acting like this hair metal, we had all these guys dressed like chicks singing about the devil was the answer. And then by the 90s, that looked ridiculous. And humor is the same way. Like, I love when they go like now they'll go after a guy if a guy just has a young girlfriend. If they think the age difference is too big, it's like, well, things change. It's like, nah, this was never acceptable. It's like, dude, Elvis married a 16-year-old in front of the whole world.
Yeah.
Right.
He was
Jerry
still called
Lewis.
The king.
Yeah.
And Jerry Lewis got in trouble because that was like a second or third cousin.
Right.
But yeah, Elvis was smart enough. So there is like, and then what I don't like is I don't like the dishonesty of acting as though, so if you're part of that cancel culture group, it's just like, so you never needed to grow as a person. You don't look back at yourself 10 years ago going, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Look back on a relationship and be like, oh God, like all the signs were there. I should have gotten out of that. I broke this person's heart. I feel terrible. Blah, 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 blah. Like,
yeah, there's no room for mistakes. There's no room for growth anymore because you're immediately just fucked.
Yeah. And it's just because they know where to apply the pressure. They're like jujitsu artists. They get you in the triangle.
But you don't fear that though, right? You don't fear being canceled or any way, do you?
Of course I do.
You do.
Of course I do. Well, I mean, if you're going to if anybody can say anything and they don't have to, there's no trial. I mean, who's really safe? I mean,
but how has that affected the way you go about your life and the way you go about your comedy? It
actually made me go a little harder. It's just like, all right, well, I mean, if you're going to get in trouble for this shit, I'm going to go down swing. I mean, but also like I've grown as a person as far as like, there's that thing when you first start being a comedian, you have this, sort of cartoon idea of what a comic is. And he's smoking a cigarette and he's got a leather jacket and he's fucking talking about all this taboo stuff. So you try the jacket on. Hey, am I a Bill Hicks guy? Am I Lenny Bruce?
Yeah.
And I went through that period and it's just like, that's not who I am. And then when my life was not going the way I wanted it to, and the more I was sad about not finding love, not getting married, not having kids, the more I was trashing women, the more misogynistic my act got. But it was, when I go back and look at that, I look at it now, it's like, I didn't believe any of that. That was all of my fear of committing to a relationship, dying alone, never having kids. I just didn't have the mental capacity to understand where that was coming from. It's just, but like if somebody would, to look at it now and be like, oh, this is the guy who's going to be the spokesperson for SeaWorld when he said such and such in 2006. You're like, I'm not that guy anymore. I don't believe any of that stuff, but it's like, it's on video. It's like the Nazis. Listen to this right here. The Nazis' crimes are on video.
Yeah.
They're never getting let off the hook. All of those other guys, Attila the Hun and all these lunatics, Stalin doesn't have enough video. He didn't have enough video to get to really stick to the Mount Rushmore of evil. He just didn't. So, when you really go back and you look like all the slavery and the genocide of Native Americans, it's not on film. Not enough of it. Like when you read what happened, you got to close the book. It's so bad. But if there was video of what human beings did to other human beings, I think the Nazis opened that show. Mm-hmm. I think they're hosting that. I would say what we did lasted for centuries. What they did was a decade. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know.
Is there a routine? Shut up, Oliver. Is there a routine?
No, you shut up.
You shut up.
No, you shut up.
Is there a routine that's back there that you have that you go, God, I hope they don't find that. I hope they don't go back and look at that.
No, because I know it's a joke. It's a joke. And it's just like, I can't, listen, you have the freedom to take what I say seriously. But just because you take it seriously doesn't mean I now meant it.
Right.
Okay. And if I tell you that I was joking, I'm the guy who wrote the joke. I know what I was thinking.
But how about today? You were saying before sort of how, your insecurities sort of came out in your comedy and you went hard into it, right? Like with, women, for instance, you weren't married, you didn't have kids. You went hard into that.
I would say all subjects.
But nowadays, though, is that still a part of your comedy? Meaning, are you doing things now that in 20 years you're going to be like, oh, I was, that was me then? Or are you coming from a more pure place?
That's hard to say because I feel like
because you seem like a happy guy right now. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm at the forefront of me understanding whatever I am. Mm-hmm. So I hope I keep learning or whatever. But you also kind of hope that you're done. So. That you've completed it. So I don't know. I will tell you this though. I have been having a ball trashing white women.
Yeah.
And just watching how in this whole progressive woke movement, how they somehow divorce themselves of their own white skin and their own white privilege, put it all on white males, and then stuck themselves at the front of the line as far as oppressed people. So I've been having a ball with that. And because it is bullshit. If I see one more blonde white woman, and I just feel like for me, it's extra hard because it's me. It's just like, I'm not saying you don't have it harder than me, but why don't you look over your shoulder every once in a while? You might feel a little bit better about where you are in the line of difficulty. If you were to look at the arc, you're almost at the apex.
That's so great.
And what kills me is as guys, you have to sit there and listen to that.
Yeah,
because you're right here and they're here. I have to listen to them like they rode over on the Amistad. It's like, no, you came over in an SUV with heated seats. Just stop it.
think they're going to have a few bigger girls in this issue, too.
Yeah.
They will, yeah.
Really?
A few
Really?
bigger girls.
Like a Latifah?
Just showing that, you know
No,
what?
Ashley Graham is in there.
Who?
Ashley Graham.
Oh, she's a real pig. I don't know who that is. I'm joking. But he said bigger girls. Who?
I'm gonna not comment.
I don't know who that is.
I don't think she took that
Look
one well.
her up.
Look her up.
She's hot.
You
right,
said
let's
bigger
see.
girls.
No, not Ashley Green. Ashley Graham.
Graham.
That's not having it. Let
Oh,
me,
yeah.
all right,
Look
let me
at
take a
that.
look at this.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Oh, that's a
Alright.
full-figured
She's
gal.
hot.
She's a bit on the big side, but she's
Okay, but she's nice.
All right.
That's a little
She's
jiggly
nice.
for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can tell when you slap it. It rolls for a week.
Stop it. Wait, I can't with you guys.
I'm joking. I'd love to eat her out.
My mom's calling me.
All right. So, I mean, it's, you know, but
Good for her.
Nothing that enrages me more than fat models. There is nothing that enrages me more than fat fucking
Why?
models. Okay, let me just say something. As a comic, we want attention. We don't feel like we deserve it, so we make you laugh, so there's an even exchange. I get my attention, you get some joy. Okay? An actor, they want attention. They're not willing to write the script, but they'll memorize some lines. They'll do a little bit of effort to get the attention. A regular model, at least she's willing to lose weight so that she can be looked at. But these fat bitches are just like, look at me!
You still
I
using the
deserve to
word-
be looked at!
Stop using the word
Look at
bitches
this.
in 2019.
Look at that.
What the fuck?
That's the plus size model mannequin.
This is the only
Nike.
That doesn't enrage you guys?
The only thing I don't like about
That doesn't enrage you that they're like, just stare at me. I'm gonna eat bread all day.
No,
But you should stare.
But see, I don't. What bothers me is, all right, we all have to accept this. Hey, she's hot. Yeah. But if a guy who's 5'4" comes in, everybody makes fun of him. You know, we got to have it both ways. How come the 5'4" guy can't get any love? All right. Well, thanks for the support, fellas. Just saying. All right, so we got chunky gals. We got to high five her. But how about the bald guy? Nothing.
I think
You know, where does it
no.
end? Let's see.
Apologize.
Where does it end? Are we gonna go wheelchair? You know. There has to be some standard. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
All women are beautiful.
Well, I mean, come on.
exactly.
That doesn't make sense.
In different ways.
The definition of the word beautiful means there's only a few, you know?
Just support the WNBA the way you support a fat chick that's proud of her body and is no longer a threat to you. You know? That league would be doing better numbers than the NBA. Oh my God. That's one of the saddest things I've ever seen. Oh my God, you're a goddess. You're gorgeous. You look great in that bikini. I would kill myself if I looked like that. Keep eating. Keep eating. Lose a toe, you fat bitch. It's just... You saw an alcoholic where you'd be like, oh my God, look at you. You're face down, passed out. Your kids are crying. You're a hero. You're a god. Keep doing what you're doing. You'd be like, dude, you need to get your fucking shit together. Get off the sauce. I will say, that's one of the most genius things I've ever seen. How regular-looking women somehow mind-fucked advertising to get beautiful women off of billboards. Yeah, just regular fucking who gives a shit looking women, right? I'm just being honest. Come on, we're outside. We're in the woods. We can be honest. Just regular who gives a fuck? Can't remember her name. Looking women, right? Well, looking at these goddesses, and they had the fucking beat. How am I supposed to compete with that? You can't. How fucking arrogant are you? I don't see Brad Pitt when he takes his shirt off in a movie, and oh great, how am I supposed to compete with that? I can't. I am an ugly, bald, orange man. I need to write jokes. I gotta put a lampshade on my head. I know what my role is, okay? I should be on the ground gazing up at people better looking than me. I don't know, ladies. This is supposed to be like an inspirational talk. I don't know if it's coming through this way. I'm trying to say, if you really like, if you get through all the misdirected anger of my childhood, I'm trying to say, you're smarter than we are, and there's more of you.
I don't know.
Plus size models sent death threats by fat activists after dieting. This is what I like. Now, this is what I like. I like this. Yeah. I like a fat person threatening to kill another fat person who's started to get thinner. That, to me, is an interesting type of person and one that I want to know more about. The person that Rosie Mercado, who used to be a size 24 and is now a size 12 to 14, still fat, right? Good. Was told to jump off a bridge and kill herself by people with people who objected to her slimming down. The 36-year-old told TMZ, I got hate mail. Not so much from other models, just fans that hated on me. Wow. They hated the thought that I was really public about my weight loss and I was losing weight. She lost more than 170 pounds. Some people love being overweight, some people don't. That's what she says. I think it's a personal choice, but people were not happy. They were sending her threatening. They were telling her to kill herself.
Oh, she was 410 pounds, too.
She was 410 pounds, and then she lost 170 pounds.
Well, she's down to 170 now, yeah.
No, go up. Oh, wow. She's 170.
Wow, good for her.
She went from No, good for her. No. You skinny piece of shit. She's a Benedict Arnold. There is a movement of fat activists that do activism by breathing. Heavily, yes. But I can't believe you would say that and be so heartless. The people that loved her as a 410-pound model want her to kill herself and jump off a bridge because she's now down to 170. The only reason I'm not afraid of that is people are telling me to kill myself anyway. They're saying it now.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But I think white women started it. It's the worst. The fucking worst. It's all they do is bitch, moan, and complain. I had no idea how difficult it was to be a white woman in the United States of America. Evidently, it's really difficult. Yeah, they're always bitching. Do you have any idea what it's like to be me? Well, I imagine it would be slightly less awesome than my life. What happened to you today, sweetheart, huh? Did they not chill your rosé? You know? Was the trolley not running down at the mall? What happened? No, it's unreal. I'm really fucking annoyed how white women have the fucking balls to throw my white privilege in my face. You know? Sort of separate themselves from these white males with their white male privilege. It's like, bitch, you're sitting in the jacuzzi with me. The fuck are you talking about? Yeah, quit your fucking whining. Look, right out of the gate, all right? If you live in some honey boo-boo lifestyle on the Appalachian Trail, you know, your uncle just banged you in the dirt, all right, I can listen to you. No, one of my fantasies is I want to drive by like a woman's rally and just say the most sexist shit I can think of just to watch them lose their minds. And I'll just drive by real slow and be like, yeah, why don't you get back in the kitchen where you belong? Just to look in the rearview mirror, watching them flipping out in the road, spinning around like Leatherface at the end of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like...
White people, y'all don't even know how funny y'all are. Y'all chuckle a minute. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing against y'all. I just think y'all funny people. Just the way y'all walk crack me the fuck up. You know, just be all tight and shit. How's it going, Jim? How's it going? Yep. Steve. Hey, Bob. Yeah. Brothers, we do everything with rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Brother be strolling. Hey. You can talk to a brother mid-stride, he won't miss a step. Hey, Leroy. Yeah, what's up, man? Try that with somebody white. Tom. Well, what is it? What? Damn it. I'm concentrating. 1, 2, 1, 2.
I like to smoke weed and watch National Geographic because I like the Nature Channel. Like, I want to go to Africa one day, go on a safari, see the animals in their natural habitat. But the difference between us and y'all is we stay in the truck. White people, y'all got some shit called up close and personal. Like, it's amazing too, because that's what black people, we just know certain shit, you know? Like white people, that's why I study y'all, I envy y'all. I'm envious of y'all. Y'all are a race, y'all do whatever the fuck y'all want to do. Y'all, you know, y'all are free. Y'all the only race of people that can look at a wild lion and go, I can be friends with that. That's why y'all are always on when animals attack. You will never see black people on when animals attack. You might see us on when cops attack, but you will never see us on when animals attack. Y'all will do shit like tranquilize a lion and hold that motherfucker till he wake up. And that'd be heavy shit to y'all. Y'all be in the camera. Well, my partner Bob and I, we've been tracking this particular beast for quite some time. Her name is Utulu. She's 6 months old. We just shot her with 5 cc's of tetracordyline darts. When she gets up, she's gonna be fucking pissed. Oh my God, Bob, do you feel your heart pounding? This is amazing. Oh my God, she's getting a wow. Oh. She mauled me. What an experience. The Africans don't be out there fucking with the lions. They ask him, Mr. Matumbu, why you don't play with the lion? I'm not fucking with that motherfucker. Fuck him and fuck you. That shit is not in the brochure. I'm not doing that shit. When my shift is over, I want to go home to my children, Mangulu, Mungala, and I can't do it fucking with that. When the shit out, you better come, I will leave you in the car. Is rules. Ain't no African people here, is it? Are you African, dog? My bad. I want to piss you off and you, motherfucker.
The only reason these things are even an issue is because nobody knows what white people eat. You've been very good at keeping that shit a secret amongst yourselves. I study white people. You don't know that. I'm writing a paper on you. Not even for school, nigga, just to do it, just to get, I'm just doing this independent research. I'm spending my money, that's why I'm working so hard. I follow you around grocery stores. They freak out. I just try to peek in the cart. They always say, get away from my cart, nigga. What are you looking at? Chicken and giblets are over there. You must be lost. These are vegetables. I know what you drink. See how quiet I got? Grape juice. Surprise, motherfuckers, you didn't know I knew about grape juice, did you? Oh, don't play dumb with me. Look at what is it? A lot of black people don't have the privilege of knowing about grape juice because they have grape drink. It's not the same formula that you get. Ain't no vitamins in that shit. You might have one of your black friends over, Todd. Todd, would you care for a glass of grape juice? What? Nigga, what the fuck is juice? I want some grape drink, baby. It's purple. I don't think I know what a grape drink is. What? I have some apple juice if you want. What the fuck is juice? I want some apple drink. Scream. Remember that commercial for Sunny Delight when all the kids run in from outside playing and they all run to the fridge? All right, I got some purple stuff, some Sunny D. As soon as you say Sunny D, all the kids go, yeah! Watch the black kid in the back. If you ever see that commercial again, look at that black kid. He'd be like, I want that purple stuff. That's drink, nigga, that is drink. They want drink. I want all them vitamins, nigga, I want drink. Sugar, water, purple. That's the ingredient, sugar, water.
Congratulations to you,
My friend, look at that white woman you're with. God damn. That nigga behind you going, yeah, son, I'm with my girl, but yo, for real? That white woman's amazing, isn't she? Tell the truth. He's with his black girlfriend like, no, I don't know, but she's high level. That's a high level white woman right there. That white woman is man, oh man. Black women get mad at that, but that is top shelf white woman right there. You know how you can tell how pretty a white woman is? The value, you look at her and then you wonder how long they would look for if she was missing. Come on, take a look. Look at this nigga, look. Ooh. I saw you look mad, sweetie. How long, if you was missing, how long you think they were? Exactly. She went. You know the deal. I ain't saying nothing wrong. White woman's life is valuable. What's his name? Joran Vandersloot? Right? We find out he was a serial killer. Man, he kills women. That's what he do. He do it well. You know what I mean? We know the girl that he supposedly had, what's the girl in Aruba? Natalie Holloway, right? But the one, he just killed a girl in Peru. What's her name? Exactly. Look how fast you said that. You said Natalie. Natalie Holloway, that angel. Y'all said that like Family Feud. All right, name a white girl been missing for 5 years in Aruba. Natalie Holloway. Survey says. Name a Peruvian girl that was killed yesterday. What is that big head third world Peruvian bitch's name? Has to be Yoris or something goofy. Don't get mad at yourself. I gave it to you. You saw how fast she said Natalie Holloway. Diana Ross right here said she knew her name. That white girl with Natalie Holloway. Man, you called yourself, woo! God bless you, man. That is high level right there. Don't be ashamed of it, gorgeous. She mad as hell. Fuck that white bitch. Well, you know, come on. Ain't nobody looking for you. I might look for you, but the news ain't. You think Fox is reporting you're missing? Let's be honest. Nancy Grace, she leads story on Nancy Grace for the next 6 months. Look. I'm looking at her because she's mad as hell. Black women don't like that shit, but it is what it is. Let's be. I'm gonna be like that. Let's be honest. That little girl that went missing, she was sailing. Little girl went sailing. I forgot her damn name, but she went sailing and went missing in the Indian Ocean. Okay, and they spent. Good Lord, her mast broke and she was floating around, and she gave out her little signal, her beacon. They spent $500,000. Like tax money to search for her. Now, if that's my daughter, I want that to happen too, but if you go sailing, let's be honest, how long you think? Are they gonna spend come on. Remember football players in Miami went missing? They went sailing? They looked for them for 8 minutes. Maybe. They just sent somebody at the edge of the beach. I don't see him. We have to call off the search because there's too much sun. The conditions are abnormally difficult. If I go sailing, I'm taking a white baby on a keychain with me. If my boat go down, they gonna find me. I'm gonna have it hooked right to the side of my belt. And I'm gonna dress the baby real white too. I'm gonna put sweatpants on it and a pair of Ugg boots, and I'm gonna take a picture. Man, look at this white baby. You don't come get me. This white baby going down with me.
So we're living in a fucking weird time. Obviously, beyond all the bullshit that's going on now, like every time I think feminism has kind of like died off, you know, like a band you can't stand. And they haven't put out an album in a few years. You're like, oh, good. Did they quit? Did they break up? And all of a sudden they come out with some more shit. You're like, ah, fuck, what is it now? I'm just fucking with you. Feminism doesn't bug me. You know, it doesn't bother me. I'm not afraid of it or anything like that. You know, for the simple fact that I know it's going to fail, you know? And I take comfort in that. I do. I'm not rooting for it because I know it doesn't like me. Yeah. Do you know why I think it's not going to survive? Why it's not going to be successful anyways? Because they still need men's help to make it happen. I don't understand it. I don't understand why women just can't work with each other and make this shit happen. They keep coming to us like, you more men need to care about this issue. Where are the men to stand up and say something? Like, why do I have to fucking say something? This is your fucking problem. Why are you always dragging us into this shit? I saw a woman a couple months back, professional soccer player, right? She goes on to ESPN or one of these sports channels, and she starts bitching, going like, I don't understand, how come female athletes don't make as much as male professional athletes? Right? And all of these men had to sit there and act like they didn't know what the answer was. They had to sit there like dumbfounded, like, oh, I don't know. Why is that? That is a conundrum. I have no idea. Literally, I'm sitting at home screaming at the TV because you don't sell any fucking tickets. Nobody is going to women's soccer games. You're playing in a 20,000 seat arena. 1,500 people show up. That's not a good night. The promoter lost his fucking ass on that gig. I'm not saying no professional female athletes, Serena Williams, the women in the UFC, you know, but nobody's watching your fucking sport. And then you're gonna come and you're gonna get mad at fucking men. They keep doing that shit. Why are you yelling at us? It's not our fucking job. It's not my fucking job to give a fuck about women's soccer, okay? I have men's sport to pay attention to. It's your bullshit, right? Dude, look at the WNBA. Dude, nobody in the WNBA got COVID. Nobody. They have been playing in front of 300 to 400 people a night for a quarter of a century. Not to mention, it's a male-subsidized league. We gave you a fucking league. None of you showed up. Where are all the feminists? That place should be packed with feminists. Faces painted, wearing jerseys, flashing their titties. Going fucking nuts like the guys do. In the upper deck with their big beer titties. Am I on the Jumbotron? Am I doing it? Yeah. You didn't. None of you went to the fucking games. None of you. You failed them. Not me. Not men. Women failed the WNBA. Ladies, name your top 5 all-time WNBA players of all time. Come on. That's it. Name 5 WNBA teams. Name the WNBA team in your fucking city. You can't do it. You don't give a fuck about them. They play night in and night out in front of nobody. It's a fucking tragedy, right? And then meanwhile, you look at the Kardashians, they're making billions. You look at those Real Housewives shows, they're making money hand over fist, because that's what women are watching. And the money listens. You don't want to watch this shit, you watch this shit. They just shoot it over there, drowning these whores in money. In purses, in shoes, in Botox. It's just raining. It's raining money. Yeah, so the money listens. You'd rather watch that shit. Real Housewives, bunch of women just tearing each other down. Well, maybe that's why your husband left you. Maybe that's why your husband left. That's why you can't have kids, bitch. That's why your ass is as flat as your titties, bitch, right? That's the message you sent. We would rather watch that than see a bunch of women come together as a team and try to achieve a common goal. We would rather watch them absolutely fucking destroy each other. Yeah. No. And then in the end, you come back and you fucking yell at guys. And it's like, all right, so let me get this straight. I have to buy you a drink, stop the axe murderer from coming through the fucking window, and I have to watch WNBA games for you? Like, when are you gonna pick up your end of the couch? Yeah. I don't have any sympathy for women when it comes to shit like that, because every study they've ever done to determine who's smarter, men or women, every study comes back and says women are smarter. Every fucking one. Ladies, you shouldn't be applauding that. You know I'm an asshole. You know this isn't gonna end well. Did he say I'm pretty? Oh my God. Get out of the relationship. If every study says that you're smarter, okay, the question you should be asking yourself was, we're so goddamn smart, how are we in the situation we're in? Well, you're in the situation you're in not because of guys like me, as much as you want to blame me. Ladies, you can't tell me you never drove by a sports bar on a football Sunday and looked at the humanity in there? All those dumb guys with their big beer bellies bumping chest. Hey, he's on my fantasy team! Up top, yeah! You want to get some more mozzarella sticks? Yeah. As a woman with your bigger brain, you never looked in there and thought to yourself, I'm fucking losing to that? I'm losing to that. Yeah, there's nothing stopping you other than the fact that you guys are just into destroying each other. No, now it's gonna get quiet. I see all that sneaky shit you do. Ladies, if you could just support the WNBA the way you support a fat chick that's proud of her body and is no longer a threat to you, you know? That league would be doing better numbers than the NBA. Oh my God. That's one of the saddest things I've ever seen. Oh my God, you're a goddess. You're gorgeous. You look great in that bikini. I would kill myself if I looked like that. Keep eating. Keep eating. Lose a toe, you fat bitch. It's just... You saw an alcoholic where you'd be like, oh my God, look at you. You're face down, passed out. Your kids are crying. You're a hero. You're a god. Keep doing what you're doing. You'd be like, dude, you need to get your fucking shit together. Get off the sauce. I will tell you, that's one of the most genius things I've ever seen. How regular-looking women somehow mind-fucked advertising to get beautiful women off of billboards. Yeah, just regular fucking who gives a shit looking women, right? I'm just being honest. Come on, we're outside. We're in the woods. We can be honest. Just just regular, who gives a fuck, can't remember a name looking women, right? Well, looking at these goddesses, and they had to fucking be the. How am I supposed to compete with that? You can't! How fucking arrogant are you? I don't see Brad Pitt when he takes his shirt off in a movie and, oh, great, how am I supposed to compete with that? I can't. I am an ugly, bald, orange man. I need to write jokes. I gotta put a lampshade on my head. I know what my role is, okay? I should be on the ground gazing up at people better looking than me.
When did you start shaving your head? It looks good.
When did I start shaving? Well, I shaved it. I had it on my first special. I had it shaved.
Really? I didn't.
Yeah.
When I saw you in New York
I'm
for the
glad,
Patrice
I'm glad
thing.
you liked it. I see you
like
losing the
it.
roof there in the back.
Yeah,
You'll be
a
right
little
there with
bit,
me.
little bit. I'll be
We'll
there soon.
do a buddy cop show.
Exactly.
Right? Two balding old guys.
Exactly.
Going after some hairy criminal. I'm not a big fan of Steve Jobs, personally.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I just don't understand what the big deal was with that guy.
I don't get it. He's like Edison. I don't know. He invented all this stuff that everybody. What are you talking about?
Did he? Did he sit down and like, I'm going to invent the iPhone and just sat there soldering, possibly welding, right? Didn't he have like a crew of guys helping him out?
Sure, maybe he did.
So why, when he went to those nerd fests, didn't he have like a chorus of scientists behind him who helped him out too? He walked out like he was Tesla. Like tapping into electricity.
I'm not with you.
I think he just kind of like told people what to invent. Like he just kind of came in like, I want my whole music collection in that phone. Get on it! And then all these nameless, faceless guys made it happen.
Yeah.
And then they have the big nerd concert and he goes out there by himself. No belt, sneakers on. I just didn't buy it.
When you took it out on Philly, because they were a bad crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Your famous rant, which you've since said you like Philadelphia, and that wasn't the issue. You were just giving...
People in Philly don't even remember. Basically, if you haven't seen it, I was doing a show for the Opie and Anthony radio program, and they had this show called The Traveling Virus, and we were doing these, like, 10,000-seaters, and we went to Philly, and they're notorious for booing people, and they booed the first guy off stage, and I went on, like, 3 hours after that. So by the time I got up there, it was a complete shit show. And... I don't know. They started booing, and I snapped and decided I wasn't going to leave, and I just attacked everything that they loved.
Can women be funny?
Yeah, of course. Will you guys just fucking grow up and just sit down and write your own horse shit and come up with it? Start your own fucking show. Have your own award show. Quit waiting around for other people to do shit for you. That's the fucking problem. If you guys had your own big club and I was standing outside of it, you'd never fucking let me in. I'd start my own shit. You guys got to start your own shit. You got brains in there, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So write your own shit and quit your fucking whining. We're all eating a giant shit sandwich out here. Nobody cares. I don't care. Well, when was the last time you went on stage and you killed so hard the person after you bombed? If you're fucking doing that on a regular basis, people are going to notice regardless of what you have between your legs. Yeah, at some point I was going to make a point here. That's why I keep looking at here, and I just realized I'm blocking myself out of the camera. I love that you have the jib camera for this like it's an action movie. Let's swoop in at these two guys sitting in these unbelievably small chairs. I literally feel like I'm going to fall onto the floor. This is insane. You really went all out with the audience, though. They got full-size adult chairs. Are these like from the 20s before they had like horse tranquilizers in our food? When everybody was like 5'1"? Yeah,
And nothing's making you mad? Nothing.
Oh, things upset me. Yes. I don't know. I don't want to... Look, I fly a lot, and there's this whole new thing of generation of people that take their socks and their shoes off on the plane. You got to look at their smelly feet, and then they'll literally stand up and they will walk into a commercial airline bathroom. Yeah, use it and then walk and sit back down again.
That's not right.
Yeah, if I was a dictator, those people would be eliminated. I love this dude texting for the entire interview. It's just trying to keep the attentions of millennials. It's like impossible. Look at him. He's already got the chains. He's probably got his own record label. He's like making deals as we speak. He's got championship rings on. I don't know what you're doing, dude, but I want your life, man. You're crushing it.
So are you in the
I
process?
cannot get comfortable in this fucking chair. This is just like one of the worst things. This should be like in a museum, is like the prototype. This is what, this was the awful level of comfort. We went from a log to this, and then eventually they got cushions. It's another guy looking at his phone. I swear to God. Dude, the day Jesus comes back, if he ever does, if he's even a real person, like 90% of people are gonna miss it. They're gonna walk right. He's gonna be walking on water and they're immediately walking by him. They're not even gonna see it. Oh yeah, and there's a drop-off in fame for Jesus at that point. Everyone was paying attention. Now no one gives a shit. Oh, there we go. No, but now this is like the ego one. Now I'm gonna be sitting above you.
Yeah,
you gotta
no,
come
man.
with two. It's fine. It's fine. Sir, the one comedy through line that's working here is me shitting on this chair. Why would you take that from me? You're just totally going against the grain. I understand it. But you got on camera, so I think you get paid, even though this is online. You see, Sugar Shane Mosley, one of the greatest boxers of all time, he's losing his championship belt in a divorce. Losing, yeah. It's like you're trying to break a man. Why does she want those? Right?
It's gonna break a man.
They go with their shoes. You know? No, and I love how when you get a divorce, all of a sudden it costs like 50 grand a month to give a kid Fruit Loops. Right? These guys, I'm telling you, there is an epidemic of gold-digging whores in this country, and it is just not being addressed. Oh my God.
We recently got a pit bull, which I know a lot of people don't like because they ate a couple of kids. I understand. They're great dogs, unless you're a bad owner. If you're a psycho, which I am, you can mess them up. I didn't realize that dogs feed off your vibes. No. Like if you're cool, if you're chill, they're chilling. If you're sleeping, they're sleeping. But if you're a psycho like me and you're watching the game on TV and you're screaming at the ref like, you gotta be shitting me! I didn't realize the dog was in the corner being like, yeah, you gotta be shitting.
Being a mother is the hardest job out there.
Most difficult job, and Oprah said that.
Oprah said that, yeah. Has your opinion on that phrase changed at all since you've had a kid?
No. It's not the most difficult job on the planet. It just isn't. Dude, I did roofing in July. As a redhead, I almost died. There's people that work on like oil. What was that movie that guy made? The fucking, they drill oil. What is it?
There Will Be Blood?
There Will Be Blood. Out in the ocean, they would drill. I can never remember the names.
Deepwater.
Mark Wahlberg was
Deepwater Horizon, yeah.
Those guys were working on an oil rig. The fucking thing blows up. They're on fire. They got to jump into water that's on fire. Salty water into their wounds. You got to swim out of that oil and fire and then tread water, praying to God that the Coast Guard is going to get there before the sharks do. Now talk to me about a toddler. Oh, he was so fussy today. He wouldn't eat his peas.
So what's up with all these white kids now walking around trying to act like they're like gangster rappers? It's irritating. It's like everywhere I go, man, I figure just be here in the city where you got a good mix of people. I'll be like in the middle of Kansas, though. Like the whitest state ever. There'll be some howdy-doody looking white kid like me. I'm thinking this is one of my peeps. Somebody I can have a conversation with. All of a sudden she's like, yo, what's up, kid? What's up, kid? I just want to be like, nothing much, Brad. You keeping it real in Wichita? How the fuck are you going to be a gangster in a state, say, like Nebraska? Wouldn't you be like all hardcore about your crop? Just in there, yo, shit was crazy, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucking corn wasn't wrong. Motherfucking scarecrow was tipping over and shit, you know what I'm saying, son? I just want to be like, dude, you're white. Go to the Gap, give into it. Buy some Dockers, and come home. I've been going to gun stores, and
Oh my God!
I have, and these rednecks are all telling me the same thing because I didn't grow up with guns. So they're just going, all right, you never had a gun, you want to get yourself a shotgun. It's got a great spread. That's what they keep saying. It's got a great spread. You don't even got to aim. You got a problem, you just sort of whip around. You get the guy, right? I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, I just want to shoot the guy. I don't have to do like a bunch of drywall work and like reframe my diploma.
Go-to dance move when challenged.
Waiting for the director to say cut.
That was my go-to dance move.
Well, I'll tell you, when I saw my kid, it wasn't, I didn't have like, everybody was like, you're gonna burst down crying, you're gonna blah, blah, blah. I was like scared of it. Like I was just sitting there like, hey, yeah, buddy, like I didn't want to touch it. And then like afterwards, they give it to me and I'm hanging with her for the first time and I'm feeling nothing. And I literally put my head down on the bassinet. I'm going, oh my God, I'm a serial killer. Like I don't feel things.
Fool yourself because I was like Googling the show.
No, God knows.
I was Googling the show.
I get trashed enough on Twitter. Do you know when I did the show last night? This is how like the millennials are, right? Somebody, I was wearing this exact same thing. You know, I'm on the road, so I got a nice stain on my shirt. So I was wearing this exact same thing. I go on Twitter, and somebody wrote, you know, Bill Burr last night dressed like an out-of-shape Jerry Seinfeld.
What?
So like, yeah, I wrote back. I can't say what I wrote back. I wrote back.
You did?
So and so. Yeah, it's like, why don't you heckle me when you?
You know, I do have a dog. That doesn't count for anything. I've never understood that. You know, I love my dog, but I've learned a lot being a dog owner, man. You know, any dog's a good dog unless you're a psycho. You know, I got a pit bull. It's still a great dog unless you're a fucking psycho. And evidently, I'm a psycho because my dog has just been a complete maniac over the last like 6 months, you know? I didn't realize that dogs feed off your vibes, you know? Like if you're chilling, they're chilling, you know? If you're sleeping, they're sleeping. But if you're a psycho like me and you're screaming at the ref on TV being like, dude, you gotta be fucking kidding me! I didn't realize the dog was over in the corner being like, yeah, you gotta be fucking kidding me. This is bullshit. I don't know what this guy's mad at, but I love this guy. This guy feeds me. Is it the door? Are you mad at the door? Yeah, I had no idea I was amping this dog up. I was so selfishly in my own world. I'd be like on the computer and it would crash. And go, oh, really? Really? Dog's over in the corner with like a chew toy. I never noticed like that Game 7 look she was getting on her face. And one day I amped her up too much, had no clue, and I went outside. We were just walking down the street, and some poor bastard comes the other way, and the dog's like, that's that motherfucker. Lunge at this guy. I had to pull her back. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry. She's never done anything like that, right? Looking down at the dog, what's wrong with you? Dog's looking up at me like, huh? I got that son of a bitch, didn't I? I love you. You feed me. I got you. How the hell did you see him that far away, man? Your ears must be better than mine. It's unbelievable. Right? Then I got nervous. I got nervous around my own dog. I started thinking, fuck, are pit bulls really like this? Do they just go psycho? Man, this is nuts, right? That's another bad vibe to have around your dog because they pick up on that vibe, right? This dude comes walking down the street and I immediately just start thinking like, oh shit, she gonna do it again? Oh shit, oh shit. Dog just looks at me like, oh shit, what? Oh shit, what? Him? Ah! Runs into another guy. Had to pull her back. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. Looking down at the dog. Dog's trying to chest bump me and shit, right? Dude, it got so bad one day, she almost ate a landscaper, right? Yeah, so I'm like, I gotta take this thing to a trainer, man. So I load it up in the Prius and I drive over there, right? Yeah, I have a Prius. Go ahead, judge me. I love that shit. If you have a Prius, people, you know, you can't win. You got a truck with a big lift kit, people, oh, it's probably because he has a little dick. Right? How come it's not because he has a dick down to the floor? Maybe that's why he needs all that clearance, right? You know? If that means you have a little dick, then if I have a Prius, doesn't that mean I have a huge dick, right? Because according to my friends, it means I'm a fag, right? Anyways. Let me towel off here for a moment. So I fucking take this dog down to this trainer, right? And I show up, got the dog in the back. The trainer comes out, he's got his hat on backwards, he got stubble, you know, big, large cargo pants, you know, all shorts on and stuff. And I'm thinking, this guy's a psycho, right? And I look at my dog's like sizing him up. I'm like, this is perfect, he can handle him. So the guy goes, all right, when you hand this dog to me, make sure you got the leash totally taut like that, all right? Don't have any slack in it. I said, no problem, right? And somehow I fucked up, I left a little slack in it, and this dog just lunged right at the dude's balls, right? And just barely missed him and just got a big mouthful of his big cargo shorts, right? And immediately he just grabs it and goes, all right, get out of here, right? But instinctually, I tried to help out, and he just goes, get the fuck out of here! Yeah, I didn't realize that the only reason why the dog was acting like that was because I was there and it felt like it needed to protect me. So the second I left, the situation immediately just became awkward, right? Dog was just sitting there like, okay, like I thought we were like together and we were like friends and you were some bad guy and all of a sudden he just drove away and I don't know how to feed myself. You want to be friends? Yeah, I come back 4 days later, the dog's laying at the guy's feet, right? He's rubbing her belly, she's reaching up, playing with his goatee and shit. And he goes, go ahead, have a seat. why don't you take me through your day with this dog? Immediately, I started getting like this First 48 vibe, right? Like they're coming at me. So I got like defensive. I'm like, what do you mean? I take it for a hike every morning. He goes, that's good, that's good. Anything, special happen on the hike? I'm like, well, I don't know. She takes a shit. I pick it up. He's like, all right, easy. You play any games with her? I go, yeah, at the end of the hike. I let her, for reward for going on the hike, I let her run up the stairs by herself. I go, go on, Cleo. I let her run up the stairs, and I count 5 1,000, and then I run up there, and then we start wrestling. Put her in a headlock, sweep her front legs, right? But her tail's wagging, She's not growling. I go, that's a good thing, right? He's like, no, it's fucking horrible. I'm like, why? He goes, you just taught your dog to claim the house and then fight for it every fucking day after the hike. No wonder this thing's trying to attack the mailman, So then I got upset. I'm like, wait a minute, dude, you're telling me like I can't even play with my dog? He's like, no, you can play with it, but you got to bring that energy back down. The problem is you keep amping this thing up, getting that Mike Singletary look on his face. Then by the time you walk out, doesn't matter if you're relaxed. Mentally, the dog is like walking through the tunnel at the Rose Bowl, like, this is what we play for. Somebody hit somebody. Yeah, so I'm actually learning to control my temper because of a fucking pit bull.